Hi, I'm Adam Joma, and I would like to welcome you to the third broadcast of the 5-Minute Steelers Show. I'd first like to thank you all for giving me over 265 views on my last preview, which was completely unexpected. So let's get started, and remember, this is the NFL Newsroom. Remember to subscribe and check out our website, which is in the description. Alright, so today I will be previewing the upcoming Baltimore Ravens versus Pittsburgh Steelers game this Sunday. So let's start the clock. Joe Flacco is 1-3 all-time versus the Steelers. In the game where he did beat us, he won in overtime by a field goal. Though not showing signs of it in the past, he has been a real threat to us. However, this game might be easier for our secondary due to Joe Flacco having more interceptions than he does touchdowns. The Ravens are 16th in the NFL in passing yards, which the Steelers can handle, though they are 17th allowed in passing yards. That is only because of, however, the second strings playing against the Bucs and allowing them to get easy yards due to a 32-point lead. Joe Flacco can be contained, but here's a look at how we can perform when not properly contained.
Second interception of the season for Landry Flacco. On the play action fake, he airs it out. Mason caught. Whoa! Mason, look at the old guy. Touchdown, Ravens. 72 yards.
Ray Rice, the predicted number 4 player in the NFL season, has yet to find a game this year with 100 yards. He actually hasn't even got a game with 90 yards, whereas Rashard Mendenhall has a game which I believe either 70 or 80 yards, but one game with 142 yards and a game with, I believe, in the 120s. So the Steelers' unleashed defense is third in rushing defense, and the Ravens are 23 in rushing. So you can expect Ray Rice to wait at least another week for a 100-yard game. Here is how the Steelers are the number 3 rushing defense.
Third quarter, Heinz with the ball, same score. Vince Young back to pass. He is sacked, fumble.
Okay, so here are the 3 things that I believe the Steelers defense need to do to win the game. Alright, so here are the 3 defensive goals of the Steelers. The first thing we need to do is be bold on Bolden. Anquan Bolden is having a tremendous season. We will rarely face the Arizona Cardinals, his team, for the last, I'm not really sure, 7-8 years maybe. We rarely faced them, but when we did again in the Super Bowl, 2 years ago? Look how good we did. We contained them in a few yards. We were very scared coming into the Super Bowl because they have 2 very good receivers, being Larry Fitzgerald and Anquan Bolden. Larry Fitzgerald was allowed to have a tremendous game, but look what happened when we can hold Anquan Bolden. He has 287 yards, 20 receptions, and 3 touchdowns. One of the touchdowns was an amazing, I believe, 56-yard pass from Joe Flacco to him. And he's just having a very good season, and we need to contain him a little better than that. All right, the second thing is we shouldn't rush that much. As I said last week, Josh Freeman, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers quarterback, is very good under pressure. And, excuse me, I said we shouldn't rush, and if we are, we should rush fast. We hardly rushed. We didn't contain him that well, but when he threw the ball, we were covering their wide receivers so well that we could hold them. Joe Flacco's only been sacked 3 times this season, so, he has a great offensive line. Not that many players you would know, but just trust me, they're pretty good players. The second thing we need to do is heat up Rice, because though Ray Rice hasn't even got a 90-yard game yet, and he was expected to be the number 4 player in the whole league, Ray Rice is extremely fast. In fact, one of the fastest players in the NFL, probably maybe even in the top 5. So we have to contain him. He hasn't put up the numbers so far. The Ravens aren't that good at rushing. We're extremely, extremely well at containing rushing, but all we got to do is contain Rice, and the Steelers have the opportunity to win the game. Okay, now let's take a look at the Steelers' offense. Though we haven't really noticed it, the Steelers are third at rushing in the whole NFL. To me, that is just unbelievable because the Steelers aren't mainly a rushing offense. We are, however, the worst in the NFL in passing. But who cares? We're 3-0. We have 72 total points scored, whereas the Ravens only have 44. The Cleveland Browns, 0-3, number 2 worst team in the whole league, have more points than the Ravens. The Ravens are someone like the Steelers. Great defense, conservative, but fast offense. The only difference is that the Steelers' defense and offense for that matter, are just a little better. Here's a look at what I'm talking about.
Am I really this cold? I'm really too young to be feeling this old. It's about time you admit it. Who you kidding, man? Nobody's ever done it like I did it.
The starter for Pittsburgh. Opening kickoff. A little trickeration for Pittsburgh's offense on the Titans' kick. The handoff from Mewelde Moore on a reverse to Antonio Brown, and he is gone. One man to beat. Fits the kicker, you know he's going to score. An 89-yard touchdown for Antonio Brown. Very next possession, Charlie Batch back at work on a 2nd and 11. Plenty of time. Bombs one down deep over the middle, and that is Mike Wallace in the air all the way down to the 3-yard line. Very next play for Pittsburgh, Rashard Mendenhall, boom, into the end zone. 2 plays later, Charlie Batch, and he will do the play fake, looking deep again, into the corner from Mike Wallace. It is tipped. Wallace comes down with it for his 2nd touchdown. Bird calls a timeout after that. 2 plays later, Charlie Batch looking once again into the end zone. He finds Heinz Ward, a 9-yard touchdown, a 28-6 halftime lead for Pittsburgh. But they would go right back at it. Another turnover by Tampa Bay. This time it is Brett Kiesel returning it all the way. Look at him still on his feet. Convoy of blockers into the end zone. A 79-yard interception return for a touchdown.
Okay, so here's what the 3 things I believe the Steelers offense needs to do to win the game. Okay, so the 3 things our offense needs to do. Number 1 is this. I call it run, Rashard, run. 332 yards and 2 touchdowns is pretty good considering considering one of those touchdowns was a game-winning one and the other one pretty much won the game because that's what built our momentum. And that's what Rashard Mendenhall is known for. He's a very good player. And guess what? You know what his average yards per rushes are with few amount of yards? 5.2 average. That means if he runs twice, there is a 75% chance that we'll get a first down if we give it to him 2 times in a row. So if we get it on the 1-yard line and we let him run, that'd be 2 times. If we let him run 20 times in a row and we start at the 1-yard line, the odds, most of 85% of a chance, he'll end up getting a touchdown out of that. That's how good Rashard Mendenhall is doing this game. The Ravens are 2nd in the whole league in passing defense. So, Charlie Batch, you had a great game yesterday. You stunned me, Charlie Batch. You stunned me. And now you're facing a defense that's about 4 or 5 times as better. So run the ball because they're only 22nd in rushing defense. The second thing is called run, Wallace run. He has a 26.7 average. He came into the season, last season he had the number 1 average yards per catch. So I said, well, most people said, well, he only had a few catches, not as many as a wide receiver would normally have, because he was our 3rd string because we had Santonio Holmes. But now he's our number 1 string, and we say, oh, well, he won't get that many yards per catch. Well, guess what? He has 26.7. He leads the NFL by 13 yards per catch. Might not seem like it is. Ed Reed is injured. Let's take advantage of that. The third thing is keep an eye on Ray. He has 21 tackles, 1 sack, and only 1 tackle for a loss. That would be like an okay player on the Steelers right now, but it doesn't matter. He's still doing good. Terrell Suggs has 1.5 sacks, which is also good. They have a great defense, and running the ball is all we need to do, pretty much all we need to do to win the game. Okay, this is my final thought in the game. Alright, my final thought is this. The Ravens have an outstanding passing defense, which is workable when you're playing with a Rothlisberger-less Steelers. Batch did good last game, but the Steelers have a close to horrible rushing defense, which means that Rashard Mendenhall can repeat his performance in his last 2 games, and it's an easy win for the Steelers. As for our defense, we need to contain the wide receiver pair that the Ravens are excelling with. Baldwin is going hard, and we need to stop him. I believe we will win this game 24-21. Alright. Well, I would like to thank you for watching the NFL Newsroom. Please, please, please subscribe. You might think it's not a big deal, but the more subscribers I have, the more people watch my videos. And obviously you want people to watch your videos. I also have advertised 2 people's videos so far, so if you would like your video or your YouTube account to get more subscribers, please notify me, send me a message, and I will advertise you on my next video. Okay, well, this is the NFL Newsroom. Please check out our website, which is in the description, and make an account on it, because it will not start until I have enough accounts. I have about 30 so far. Alright, well, thank you. Please watch the Steeler game, and remember, I predict that we will win 24-21. Alright, well, this is the NFL Newsroom. My name is Adam Jumba. Have a nice day.